Hi ladies, I'm Natalia and welcome back to my channel, a channel where we go through fitness tips for real women, where we discuss the importance of self-love and confidence, and where we go through super awesome workouts. Many of us ladies tend to go for the not so scary looking machines at the gym. You just read the instructions, you adjust the machine, you adjust the weight, and off you go, right? Easy peasy. You could probably work out your entire body on only machines if you wanted to. But should you? Why is it that so many people go the extra mile to learn how to do free weight exercises and incorporate those into their workouts? Today I'm going to show you the pros and cons of using machines versus free weights, and stick around to the end where I'll walk you through a free weights only workout for the lower body. Before I get into whether you should use free weights or machines, let me first define what I actually mean by free weights and machines. So I refer to machines as whatever you sit on or in at the gym that guides your movement in a specific way. On these machines, you will typically put in a pin to decide which amount of weight you would like to lift. Free weights, on the other hand, refer to anything that you can pick up and hold at the gym. This can be dumbbells, it can be kettlebells, or barbells. There is no specific range of motion already set out for you, so in a sense, you're more free in the movements that you make. So, which is better? Well, there are pros and cons to both, and depending on what your fitness goals are, one may be better than the other for you. So let's first go over the pros of using machines. If your goal is to target a specific muscle in your body, machines are usually built specifically for that purpose, right? The people who built the machine thought about what area, what movement would be ideal to target a certain area, and they literally lock you in a position so that the only area that you are targeting is that one at the maximum. So if muscle isolation is your goal, machines are great for that. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, many of us just go for machines because they are simply the easier option, right? There's not much form that you need to think about when you do it because the machine is literally made so that you can just sit in it and then follow a guided movement. So if you're a beginner, starting off with machines could actually be a really good idea. You can attempt higher weights, and if you can't make those weights, the machines are made so that you can stop the movement without injuring yourself. So if you're not at the gym with a gym buddy, or you can't be bothered to ask them to spot you, you can very well challenge yourself without them. However, there are cons to machines. Because machines are literally made so that your body remains in a certain position, there is really no need to try to balance yourself or have more control over your body in the direction that you're going. The machines literally are set for a given range of motion. So your stabilizer muscles, which work to keep you balanced and which work to guide you in a certain movement, are not really necessary. So essentially, you're gonna be working less muscles. Because again, machines are made in a certain way and you follow a specific range of motion, you don't have much choice if you want to try a different variation most of the time. If you want to try something new, you're very limited in terms of what you can really do aside from increasing your weight or changing the number of sets. Plus, the movements may feel unnatural at times because the movements that it guides you to do are often not actually natural ones that you do in everyday life. So in the long term, this can affect your overall mobility and your athleticism in your everyday life. Okay, moving on to free weights now. So let's first look at the pros of free weights. Because with free weights, you have much more flexibility in terms of the way that your movement, the way that you want your movement to go. Depending on your body, you can really access the largest possible range of motion that you can get from your exercise. And so that will maximize your benefits. You often need to work yourself to ensure that your body is balanced, that you're not going to fall over, that your core remains tight, and that you're moving your body in the movement that you actually want. And that's going to use your stabilizer muscles. And the more muscles you use, the more calories you burn, and the more benefits you get from your workout. So because again, you have more flexibility with free weights, if you want to change things up, aim at a different muscle, maybe challenge yourself by doing a different type of movement or adding in an extra complexity to it, you can. And so over time, this will very much benefit your progress at the gym. Because you're using more muscles for your free weight exercises, for any given time during your workout, you will be burning more calories because you'll be working a much larger range of your body. And that's great, right? Because if you don't have much time, getting the maximum benefits for every second spent at the gym is ideal. Have you ever looked at a girl doing a huge heavyweight deadlift and thought, wow, she really looks badass? Well, that could be you, but for that you need free weight exercises. But there are cons to free weights. So if you're a beginner, learning how to do free weights takes a lot more time because you need to learn the form, you need to learn how to perform them without injuring yourself. It takes a lot of time to get used to because you need to focus on guiding your movement in addition to actually lifting the weights. This is a downside. If you are a beginner, I would recommend you start with machines and then move on to free weights. However, if you're not, it is worth the investment to learn how to do free weight exercises. Because you're not being guided into a certain movement, if you are to do the wrong movement and you're on top of that lifting a lot of weight, this could lead to many more injuries. So that's why form is so important during your free weight exercises. Imagine you're bench pressing and you want to attempt a higher weight, but there's no one there to spot you and you can't lift the bar up. So you're going to be basically being crushed by the bar, which is not what we want. So if you are going to try heavier weights and you're using a free weights, then you should ask someone at the gym to help spot you. Luckily, most people are there to help each other, and so that shouldn't be too hard. So free weights or machines? Well, it's pretty clear that from what we've seen, if you want to focus on isolation exercises, machines are the way to go. However, if you want to do compound movements, then I would highly suggest you try out free weight exercises. That being said, if you are short on time at the gym, then you are going to want to focus on compound movements because they will give you a much bigger return for your time invested. And for that, you need free weight exercises. However, if you do want to do both and you're wondering which proportion to do of each, I would highly suggest that you put a higher weight on free weight exercises because again, you will get much more benefits from doing free weight exercises for your time invested than machines. That being said, I would put the free weight exercises at the beginning of your workouts because often they use more muscles, they take more energy. So you want to start off with those and then finish off your workouts with isolation exercises to really finish off the burn. Besides, the free weight exercises are much more similar to the movements that you do in your everyday life. So they will improve your general mobility and be much more beneficial to you in your everyday life. So in the spirit of this discussion, I'm going to walk you through a super quick and effective free weight only workout for the lower body. You're going to notice that in this relatively short workout, every second is going to count because we have some extremely effective compound movements that will target many key muscles in our lower body. So it's definitely worth giving it a try. Okay, we're going to start this one off with a bang. We're going to start with some squats. We want to always save the exercises that take the most energy out of us for the beginning of our workouts, and squats definitely qualify for this. I'm not supersetting this with anything because I really want to focus on getting everything out of my squats. I am being careful though to respect my rest times and make sure that I don't stall too much in between my sets. Make sure you go as deep as you can here and your knees should not cave inwards as you are bringing yourself back up. We don't want any injuries here, ladies. Moving on to our hip thrusts. Some of you ladies know I love these. I'm doing a slight variation of the regular hip thrust here to put even more emphasis on my glutes by adding in some hip abduction with my bands. For those of you who want to try out these bands that come in different resistance levels and are super handy for this exercise, the link is in the description below. This workout will be short, but boy is it intense. A lot of girls keep on adding weight to their hip thrusts, and although it's great to challenge yourself, make sure you aren't putting on too much weight. You should be able to complete the full range of motion without having to perform jerky movements. If you're finding that's the case, the additional weight is probably not doing you any good, so it's best to lift slightly less and perform this exercise correctly with a full range of motion. We're almost done already. We're gonna finish this workout off with an extra burn on our legs and glutes. Here I'm gonna superset a Bulgarian split squat with squatted side to side with bands. Wow, it took me so long just to say the names of the exercises. After squats and hip thrusts, your legs and glutes will be burning. Complete these Bulgarian split squats with a complete range of motion, going as deep as you possibly can. You will be tempted to progressively move upwards, especially feeling the intense burn, but resist the urge, work through the burn, and stay low. You got this. And that's it. Hopefully you have a better idea now of what amount of free weights and machine usage is right for you. Remember to always challenge yourself. Don't get stuck in the routine because it's comfortable. We want real results, and with that comes pushing ourselves, experimenting, and going outside our comfort zones. If you like this workout, give it a thumbs up and share it with your gym buddy. Push hard and stay strong, ladies.